I have a tendency to want to, when I go and build something, it's like, okay, well, let's spend as little as possible. We'll get it going. And then as the money's coming in, we'll put more into it. And Jason had a different mentality, which I'm grateful for.
Most business models are like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was of the mentality, no, we're going to do this right. We're going to do it right from the start. We're going to put the effort, the money into it, to give our clients this experience that is going to help them get sober and remain sober. Just the different components of emotion wellness, by having the environment and the different tools accessible to them, it helps to aid the process of helping them to reach sobriety and get mental health, and alleviate the depression and the anxiety.
Connect with us on the Emotion Wellness Podcast for a transformative journey of human connection. Witness personal stories, improve your mental health education, and acquire valuable resources for optimizing your well-being. And visit emotionwellness.com for more information.
Welcome to the Emotion Wellness Podcast. My name is Jason Turner, and we are back. And I'm so grateful to be here with two of my closest friends and business partners, and just men that I love, man. So, Mr. Frank Preezy is with us.
We're here.
And my good friend Douglas Miller, who is going to share with us his experience today about joining with Emotion and that process. So really excited about today's conversation. I really appreciate you being here. So yeah, we're rolling.
We're back and rolling. We got the new studio going, and we got Doug in the house, man. Most people don't probably know who Doug is, with the Emotion team.
They're getting more, getting more access to him.
But Doug is a huge part of Emotion and why this is even here, I've known Jason for, I don't know now, 8 years or something like that, 7, 8 years. And I knew that you've had this vision of building this for a long time. And the question I have, because when I started, I came in as a partner 2 Septembers ago. So I wasn't here for the initial startup phase of the organization and company. So like, what was it that drew you to Jason's idea?
It's kind of a funny story, because Jason was going and looking for investors to invest in emotion wellness. Mm-hmm. And when he initially pitched the idea to me, I was like, I don't know about this. It's high risk, and I'm not so sure about this. And Jason took it upon himself to start meeting me for coffee. And so we started grabbing coffee together, and as time went on and I started to get to know Jason, I was like, all right, now I'm seeing the vision here. I believe in the leader, and I think there's something here. And I've learned over time, an organization's only as good as the man at the top running the show. Mm-hmm. You can have a great idea, you can have a great concept, but without a good leader at the top who can execute, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to get done. And to be with Jason, I saw that in him. He's very, very unique, incredibly smart, incredibly passionate about helping people and saving lives. And that's when I got involved, after getting to know him and understanding what he's about. And myself personally, I'm sober February 28th. It'll be 8 years.
Wow, it's coming up, dude.
Coming up, man.
We need to go do something.
Yeah, just around the corner.
Yeah.
So it's something that's close to my heart. I have lots of family as well that has struggled with addiction, has become sober. And I couldn't think of a better way to invest money than into a company that is helping to save people's lives. But yeah, it's been an awesome adventure.
How many times did he have to come to you?
How many what?
How many times did he come to you?
I don't know.
I think there was a couple of asks with no's, but I think from my perspective, there was a couple people involved, and it was part of my process. And we talk about this in story work and the stuff that we do at the center, right? Where I was running a narrative that, well, I'm not the money guy, so I'll let the guys who know business, handle it. And I kept being told like things like, "Oh, the money's not an issue. Don't worry. Well, that's the easy part." And I'm like, "Well, motherfucker, it ain't easy because I'm not seeing it." Mm-hmm. And I woke up one day and just realized there's nothing wrong with the people that were going out trying to help me, but they weren't me, and they weren't. It's like, if I'm going to do this, I have to go do this, right? Like, it has to be I got to take responsibility and go pursue it. So we started meeting. I think it was 6 weeks or 7. It was pretty regular. It was weekly. We were meeting and outside of the amazing opportunity that, I always tell Doug, you casted a whole bunch of votes for me with, the check that you stroked, but we got to know each other. We got, we started a connection, and I just knew, I don't know how, intuition or it was a spiritual thing. I had been going around and I wasn't looking at anyone else for an investor when we were meeting. It was like for whatever reason, it has to be this guy. Like I knew it needed to be with you. And oftentimes I think if you follow your gut, you don't often understand why it's happening in the moment. And I will tell you, having gone through this process for 3 years now, I know exactly why. Like we work really well together. So it's a beautiful connection and business relationship that allows for business and friendship to exist, and it's really special. And so it's so clear to me today why I was having that intuitive, we've really been able to get close, and it's just been an amazing ride. So I would say it was about 6 to 8 weeks of meeting at Starbucks over there. What's that HEV? Yeah, over there. So
amazing. So Doug, writing the check, helping this place get started. What has the process been for you like on this journey with emotion over the past several years personally?
It's been great. It's been, from on a whole number of different levels. Just getting to, it's fun watching a business go from an idea, a concept, a seed, and to watching it bloom and blossom and grow into this successful organization that is changing lives. From when we first figured out the location, where we were going to be, and Jason started spending all this money, and
not a traditional IOP either. The amount of money,
no, not at all.
Almost a residential.
No, it's yeah. But me personally, I took a step back, and I'm like, hey, I trust you. You got this. It was. Again, at first, I come from the restaurant background where you got to really manage your expenses, and you're running small profit margins, and so you have to watch every little penny. And I have a tendency to want to, when I go and build something, it's like, okay, well, let's spend as little as possible. We'll get it going, and then as the money's coming in, we'll put more into it. And Jason had a different mentality, which I'm grateful for.
Most business models are like that.
Yeah, yeah. And he was of the mentality, no, we're going to do this right. We're going to do it right from the start. We're going to put the effort, the money into it, to give our clients this experience that is going to help them get sober and remain sober. And regardless, the therapy behind it is incredible. It's a different, it's rebuilding people. It's rewriting how they tell themselves their story in their head, which you don't need a fabulous environment to do that, but just the different components of emotion wellness by having the environment and the different tools accessible to them, it helps to aid the process of helping them to reach sobriety and get mental health, and alleviate the depression and the anxiety.
Yeah.
So. but yeah, it's been a great process. And I remember talking to Jason, and I'm like, all right, look, I'm talking to him about numbers and how we're going to do. And I'm like, man, I'm going to tell you one thing about me. I always appreciate it when people, they under promise and they over deliver. Because expectations, I mean, if you're going to set the standard here and then you under deliver, I'm going to be thinking to myself, well, what the heck? This is what you told me, and you didn't do that. And Jason, he learns quick, very quick. And a lot of people, when you tell them something, you got to tell them over and over again. But Jason, honestly, like usually the first time he picks it up, and everything he told me, it was always under what was going to happen. And then once the numbers start coming in, he exceeds them, and he continues to do that. And it's cool. It's a good feeling to be able to have faith in your partner that is doing so well. Mm-hmm. It helps to build trust. Mm-hmm. But more so than the business side of things, though, Jason and I have developed this friendship that you can't put a price on. He's become a confidant, I mean, just one of my best friends, to tell you the truth. I mean, I can talk to him about anything, and it's kind of hard when you mix business and friendships, but it's kind of like a family business. You got the family. You got the family, and then you got the business, and then you have the stuff in between. And so there's times where you got to put on, if it's like your friendship and your business, and sometimes you got to put the friend hat on, and other times you got to put the business hat on. But we've managed to do that successfully. Of course, it's always a lot easier to do that when things are going well.
Yeah, I feel confident we would do it either way. But I was just realizing I had to ask your dumbass 3 times to join too. So
I'm grateful. I
didn't realize that when you first asked me. I'm like, wait, this guy. We had a couple conversations too.
I was, listen, this isn't my podcast. We could get into why that happened.
Well, the reason that I thought about it was it's like 2 seriously close relationships.
Yeah.
Familial. They're very familial, right? Like chosen family type stuff.
Yeah.
And we work well together, and I think we have 2 other partners that, aren't here and are, generally behind the scenes for the most part, but amazing human beings and support the mission and are just really down to, like, they just want to see people get better. And that's, I think when things are good from a business standpoint, the numbers those are like the primacy, right? That's the thing that we look at. Oh, business is good because revenue's working. What that means for me is that the experience and the patient outcomes, that's all very high and positive.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's the thing that we all are really focused on. Even as business partners,
yes.
The business is to be the best. It's to 100%. Be, we have a mission of, and we're just aligned in that. Right. And one of the things that hasn't gotten in the way is this, I was involved with plenty of companies that were backed by, big firms and that kind of stuff. And there's always the over the dark cloud. That's like, you spend too much money on pens and bullshit, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And not that we're reckless or we're not like that. We're conservative, but we're also highly committed to the client experience, highly committed to making sure that the environment is a big piece of the intervention, right? Where most programs let the environment slide. We've said, no, this minimum. Community is a biological intervention. The environment's an intervention. The therapy that we do is an intervention. And so, I just think I don't want to hijack what you guys are talking about, but that's what I just thought of when we were.
Yeah. And that's what makes the whole company partnership beautiful, is that it's mission driven. It's not, it's truly purpose over profits, bro. Mm-hmm. Because, and then when you step into that, all that other stuff takes place. Right? It takes care of itself. God takes care of all that stuff when you really are putting into the client care, the family care, all that other stuff always takes care of itself, you know? And that's what's beautiful about what we've done here, you know what I mean? You guys paved the way, and then me coming in, it's been so beautiful because truly, like, I'm going to say it, I don't care, dude. We're the gold standard right now in mental health for aftercare in the nation. You know what I mean? That's the reality. I've been in this business for 20 years and no one's doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm just super grateful to be part of this team. But back to Doug. Doug, so as part of this process, as you as an individual, like, what have you learned about yourself? Because we all learn a lot about ourselves through this process, you know?
I don't know. Honestly, what have I learned is, I mean, again, it's a God thing for sure. I mean, God put us together. But I've learned that investing with the right partner, and somebody that's passionate and committed about what they do is going to push the mission and push the company a lot further than somebody who doesn't have those attributes. That has been a big thing that has stood out for me. And honestly, I mean, I struggle with, again, sobriety. I've been sober, but I still struggle with some mental health where, you know, there's days where you get a little anxious, days you have some depression. And I'd go to the center and talk to some of our employees, chat with some of our clients, and honestly, just talking with them. What part of the say the programming, the what is being taught at Emotion Wellness, when you talk to a client, they regurgitate some of that to me, and they don't know this, but they're actually helping me. It's like, hey, I'm actually going through a little bit of a depressive spell here, and then they start talking to me about some of the things that they learned at Emotion Wellness, and it starts helping me out, which I don't know. I guess that I learned that I'm kind of one with Emotion Wellness. I'm one with the clients. I mean, there's still times where I'm dealing with some of the same struggles that they deal with, and it's a reminder. I mean, there'll be a time where I'll go through some depression for a week or two, and I'll sit there and I'll text Jason and be like, Jason, thank you so much for everything you're doing, because we are saving lives. And every time, I hate going through those depressive spells, but I mean, it's a reminder. It's a reminder about what we're doing for people. It's just a reminder, because people are in pain and we're helping to alleviate that.
Or if I get like a text from somebody, like a gratitude text, I'll share it with him. I'm like, yo, check this out. And he's like, dude, that made my whole day.
Oh, dude, even like the other day when I was at group and that girl came over with the letter to you, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah. We had a girl that with scholarship, and she like colored this thing and gave it to me. And it's just like so rare that a scholarship person expresses that. You know what I mean?
And you know what I love about that?
You don't look for it, but it feels so good. So.
And most people would like judge her by her appearance. And it's like, dude, it's just so beautiful.
No, she's incredible. Yeah.
Incredible human being. They're beautiful. And then, like, you know what I mean? It's amazing. For me, the whole journey with everything is with everything, and especially with business, is just strengthening my relationship with God, because truly, like, everything that we're doing is through faith. Yeah. We're putting action behind it because, you know, we have to, but it's all through, like, it's truly through faith. And it's, for me, it's strengthening my relationship with God, like the whole process of everything that we're doing, and trusting God and not having fear and moving forward with everything that we're going to be doing right in the future.
Well, and I've seen that I don't know, I'm not saying it's tied to emotion, but just my connection to Doug, I don't think he'd mind me saying it. One of the things I've seen since we started is that he's deep in that connection. Like, he's leaned more into the spirituality, he's leaned more into
You kind of have to.
And also, what I noticed, and I was really grateful for it, is it started out really as not that he was all about the numbers, but it was like, I'm an investor. So that's,
Yeah, of course.
obviously I
He
wanna
wants
be-
ROI on. That's a lot of money he wrote, dog.
And
mean-
then it not that it's ever not, it's like you got to pay attention, but it really moved into this space of, I want to be part of the mission. I find, I like talking to the people. I want to be involved, and just wanting to be more a part of, which has been incredible, because that's like, it's like, oh yeah, it's working on you. Like you know what I mean? You can't help but want to be a part of it. Whether you're a person who's a client, or you're someone like a stakeholder, or, you're someone in the community who comes by it, I'm so grateful for people who experience it, because they end up just saying, I want to be a part of it.
Dude, everybody, like literally, like there's other people, other reps and other treatment centers that come and hang out there.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree, because I remember when I was in this a couple of summers ago, when I was in Deer Valley hiking in the mountains, and that's when I had alone time with God, where I'm praying and just talking. And I remember finishing that hike and texting Jason. I was like, man, I feel like God was just talking to me, and I'm hyper focused on the numbers, but it was like, focus on the clients, just get people well. Keep taking care of the clients, and the numbers will take care of itself.
Yeah.
And I agree 100%. That perspective has definitely changed over time.
Yeah, it's been really great to see. And we always joke around, because not that they don't exist, but I don't have a lot of experience with people with Doug's background, resources wise. And of the ones that I do, they generally don't come with a bunch of humility or like respect. It's a different type of,
I understand, dude. We've been around
exchange.
that, right? Yeah.
And even people without that type of resource, they tend to, just have egos and stuff like that. And so it's just always funny to joke with Doug, and I have to make fun of him a little bit on the show. But when he started coming around more, he would be like, is it okay if I come to the center? I'll be like, Doug, it's your fucking building. You're like, you can come use your shit, dude. Like, and so it was this amazing, like, and it just showed me who he was, like more of who he was. Right. And then, you and I know this, and he and I have had this experience now. It's like when he's in his dark days, or I just went through a bunch of shit. Right. And it's like, I got a very small group, like on one hand type stuff.
I understand.
And you guys are the ones texting, hey, are you okay? Are you, how's things going? How are you feeling today? Right. And then we just had this really cool dynamic where if I know something's not right, or I haven't checked in a couple of days, I'll be like, yo, you doing okay? Or like yesterday I went over, he's in the gym, like, yo, you okay, dude? Yeah, I'm good. Like, so it's really safe. That's the part that I think
There's trust.
a lot of clients experience too, is like, we in leadership have safety with each other, and that just trickles down. Like, we want to talk about like my guidance and my impact on the mission, but having a team of people that are the same way allow me to be who I need to be for the organization, and to show up every single day and that kind of stuff. So it's a very safe environment.
I agree 100%. And the humility is everything. And thank you for your humility, putting it out there, talking about like your struggle with mental health still at 9 years of sobriety. So do I, dude. Like, that's why I'm up in the middle of the night. I got issues I need to deal with, and setting my nervous system. It's continuous for me as well. Like, I've been having a lot of things come up in my life recently that I need to look at and work on. And it's a continuous thing. And I think that the more that, like, always, like, vulnerability breeds connection. Always. And I think that's what's huge about us, is that we're able to be vulnerable and honest and open with one another, and through that we build strong bonds. I
agree. I mean, at first I was skeptical to let people know it's like, hey, I'm actually dealing with some depression here, or
yeah, dude,
I'm actually sober, out of fear of kind of belittling myself or making people think different about me. But that went out the window pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, no, because I could tell somebody something and it could have an impact on them, and they could realize, wow, okay, I'm not the only one who struggles with this. Douglas told me about how he was struggling. I'm not unique. It's okay. It's okay to have hard days and to talk about it.
Absolutely.
To be open about that.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, I struggle with it all the time, dude. You know, I get like, and I was telling Jason the other day, I was like, man, I'm like, you know, dude, like people think I'm Superman, but dude, I went through a lot of traumatic stuff, and sometimes I have nightmares, and sometimes these things come up in me, and I'm like, I got to do work around it. You know what I mean? And that's like just the God's honest truth, you know. And if I don't have men that I could talk about this with, and then be able to, dude, you give me some breath stuff to do, like, you know what I mean? Like, amazing, you know. And that's what I need, and that's what we all need. And I truly believe that's why this organization, when I came in, it was very intimidating for me personally. Usually I come into places and I'm like the guy to like fucking save the shit show that's happening there, and this place was so like, it was, I felt like, what the fuck did you bring me here for, dude?
I kept telling him, like, yo, it's not what
I was
you
like,
think,
why am I
man.
here? I didn't even know my place. Like, I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't even have to put, like, everything was rolling so beautifully. And not even that, like the staff and the team and the culture. And it's truly from what you guys started. And then, you know, and me coming in, and it's just this beautiful fucking thing that's been created here, man. And it's truly through our vulnerability and our connection. And really, it's Jason's mind, what he's created and brought in, the puzzle of that he's put together here, man. It's amazing, you know. And
But it's really interesting to
is
me, and I
amazing.
appreciate you guys saying that, and appreciate the kind words. It's so, I don't know. It's really, I'm just seeing it right now very clearly how you can have a dream and vision and the pieces of the puzzle that have to come together in order for the whole thing to
Everything.
happen, right? And so the vision's a major piece of it, but you got to have the financial, and you have to have the support, and you have to have the team. And, you know, at first there was so many things that I've learned about this process, about myself and the actual process. And I knew team was important, but I've had an actual real connection and experience to how important, right? Like, it is the most important. The most important piece of our organization
is the team.
And that's this team. That's the staff team, but it's the entire team. And when I look at it, not to like toot our horn or anything, but it's beautiful because it's so similar. Like, we have our meetings and we have our experience with each other, right? Like how we operate. And I hope everybody gets an opportunity in life at some point to have people. And, you know, we have really cool relationship where we just like randomly call you out of the blue and be like, bro, I hope you don't forget you're a bad motherfucker. And like, you can tackle it, you know, you just get these, like, we're stoking each other's fires and we're celebrating our wins and we're showing up for, you know, the different parts of our lives. Like, you guys have families and that kind of stuff. And man, it's just incredible, right? That's at the leadership level, but that's what's happening at the staff level.
That's right.
They're all doing the same stuff. They work out together. We spend a lot of time together. We support one another. We compliment each other. We hold each other accountable. We're generous with our stuff. You know, Doug's been super generous with, you know, he's got other businesses and the Skyline wedding venue and
the ranch,
and you know, the ranch, and just giving our team an opportunity to come together in these incredible places that provide memories and more connection and more vulnerability. So it's really interesting that and we always have something happen on these podcasts. Like when you're in this room and you start this conversation, there's like this energy and this, I don't know, for me, I always have a really, really amazing experience.
It's special.
And I'm having this experience right now where I'm like, oh dude, I can really see it. You know what I mean? Like all the pieces of the puzzle, and it's so similar, us and the team, and and so we're promoting that and allowing it to flow, you know, downstream. I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff I do if it wasn't for the backing and the support. And I needed way more than, you know, at first I thought I just needed somebody to stroke a check, but I needed way more than that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm so grateful that I got it. You know, you've been super helpful in so many areas, like showing up and pitching in and research and, you know, your areas that you're, you know, proficient and competent in, commercial real estate. You know, learned a lot from that, those assets that you bring and that experience that you have. So yeah, it's been incredible.
Amazing. I have to say this because I wanted to write your mom a letter. But I have to shout out his mom because she allows us to, host all these events at the ranch, man. So I have to shout your mom out, dude.
Yeah,
I want her. I thank you. I have to. I really do, because I was telling my wife, I said I need to give her a book and write a letter to her in the book.
So
I need to do that.
So he showed me.
I need to do that.
He showed me some of those.
Because we were talking about that, and I need to do that, dude. I need to do that.
Well, he showed me when we went out there, the staff wrote a bunch of stuff.
Okay, good. Because he told me, and I didn't freaking do it.
Yeah.
Yes, because he told me. I need to do it.
She loved that.
Yes.
She's like, y'all are welcome anytime.
I love that, man.
Goes, y'all
Your
are
mom's
welcome
awesome.
anytime.
Yeah. I had an honor on there.
And I appreciate the kind words, but I mean, honestly, I want to help however I can, whatever that is. This is your baby. You're the leader of this company, and you've done a phenomenal job. But I'm here to serve you and employees and the clients however I can.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, how amazing.
Well, that's what I mean.
How amazing. I mean, I hope people watch this and see like what a company should be like.
I gotta
because
say,
a lot of places, like, I'm sorry, go ahead, Lars.
no, I was just going to say, so I know I'm usually quieter on this side of it, but what really struck me, my first real experience with you was on the ranch. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really know much about you until after all that and kind of learning that was your family's property. And I shot the video, I was watching all the footage back, and what really impressed me, man, was, sitting around that campfire. In my line of work, working in like commercial video, like I've done so many interviews with CEOs of Fortune 500 companies or big organizations, and it's very rare that you find someone in your position with this same level of humility. That's really an affirmation to you, because I don't think I've ever seen someone get as vulnerable in front of people they work with. That's like a really big thing that normally, the CEOs or the people financing the company are very guarded, and there's a presentation they're trying to put on. And I've seen that time and time and time again, and they're scripted in everything they say. And watching you get real vulnerable and share stuff that you normally wouldn't hear like that hit me, because I'm like, oh shit, like we got some really good people backing this and kind of like, being the people supporting this. So I just wanted to say that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And dude, I need to tell you that as much as Jason was a huge part of me becoming a business partner here, so are you, dude. Seriously, a man of faith, and I trust you. God forbid something would happen to me. You know what I mean? Family man, and knowing like my wife is going to be okay. Like, I trust you, dude. And you're a huge reason why I joined part of the team too. And I need to let you know that as well, brother.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I need to let you know that. Because that's just the truth. Because you really are an amazing human being, bro. You truly are, dude.
Oh, thank you.
You're a good human being, bro. There's not many men like in this room right now. In my 46 years on Earth, Lars included, like you too, brother. I truly love each and every one of you in here. Because I'm going through my healing process too, even though like everyone thinks I'm fucking Superman. I'm still going through my process. I'm like Humpty Dumpty getting put back together.
I know you're not Superman, but but I also know, like, you have a mindset, and there's a lot of stuff that, I think it's a natural process for people who witness other people. Sometimes it almost like, it's not that they're doing it intentionally, but it's like it looks easy, or that person is it just comes naturally. Mm-hmm. Remember countless people that I sponsored at some different points, or like friends of mine, and they would make comments like, but it comes easy for you. I'd be like, dude, you think that's easy? Like, I do not want to talk to people. Like talking to people is not my thing, and being on front of this camera is not my thing. That type of stuff, right? And it's the reps and the sets of the intentional hard stuff, and you just move into these spaces to get uncomfortable, right?
Absolutely.
And then the result is absolutely beautiful. And I think, this is a segment, and just so everyone knows, and I didn't say it at the beginning, but this is a segment for really people who are interested in our program from a client standpoint or a family standpoint. It's a get to know us series. So I just want to put that out there too, because as a podcast, it could seem like we're just out here like pumping our own stuff, and I feel like we've earned the right to do that with the quality of care that we do. But I really feel like there's been so much fraudulent, dishonest bullshit, especially in the substance use space. And people put shit on their website that they don't even do. And they go on, one patient 10 years ago went on a canoe trip and they got a canoe program and they do canoe therapy and all this nonsense.
Or they type in our name and their name will come up.
Or you get even the more egregious stuff like jacking of phone numbers.
Yeah.
But I just look at you just look at a website, you don't even know what to believe, right? So one of my missions when I was going this route of producing what we this program and creating it was healing a lot of wounds for myself by doing it differently. It's almost like I chose not to have kids, but when I was like, I'm going to get an opportunity to have this business, I'm going to do it differently. I'm not going to do it the way that I saw other people do it. I'm not going to. And Doug, what's amazing about this process, and this is another thing that's really, I appreciate, we have different backgrounds, and we see things differently, but we also see things very similarly. And where we don't, we both have a capacity to bend and flex, right? So these, simply different things like when it comes to scheduling, or you come out of and in the restaurant business, it's like you go in at a certain time and you punch out. But as you do this, the therapeutic team, that's not how you want to do it, because if you run it that way, you run into issues with people after hours and not picking up the phone and that kind of stuff. And so we've just been able to have that type of relationship. And so when I think about this segment, and we've started interviewing therapists, and the entire team, we're all going to be in this position to kind of share a little bit about who we are and what we are with the company. I wanted another opportunity for people to know the transparency of our process, and like that it's another way for us to say we're different. Some people, the owners are never on their website. Some people, you don't even really know who the team is. And, and we're putting the entire team on a YouTube channel to talk about who they are, to show somebody who might be suffering, and maybe that person's been through some really crappy programs and maybe they've been mistreated. I wanted an opportunity for that person to have some trust before they even walk in the door. Absolutely. Like, oh dude, there's so much content here. It's so consistent. It's so legitimate. And so that's the real reason for this, interview. And it's a podcast obviously, but it's really more of our internal mechanism to show
what you see is what you get.
And it's been so helpful. Like even in my process, talking with families and everything, I always put them to our podcast. I got a family right now watching podcasts that loves us. I spoke with them yesterday, like absolutely loves us, like subscribed. Their kids coming to us in like 2 weeks, and because they already know us. He actually just messaged me on Facebook this morning, because they know us. Yeah. It's beautiful actually.
Yeah, that's why I was like excited when Doug agreed. I was like, we'll let you edit. We'll let you view it before we air.
Yeah, dude. No, that's great though. It's great. It's great for everybody to see really who we are and what we're about. Like truly from like the top all the way through. It's amazing.
Well, and the industry, like Jason was saying, I mean, it's made it to where you don't know what to believe when you don't look at these. You look at the website, but I mean, it could all be a facade. You just don't know what you're going to get. And I think Jason's very wise to want to show everybody that what you see is what you get. This is who we are. We're not trying to say, look at this, but then in reality, we're going to do it this way. It's like, no, we say this, we are this, we're going to do this. That's how you build trust with people.
Well, I remember people not too long ago, somebody was asking me like, what's the strategy? Like, what's your strategy? I'm like, we do exactly what we say we're going to do. They were like, wow, that's really the truth, right? I don't put any nonsense up there that we're not doing. And what we say we do. That's it. And we don't claim to be perfect and we don't claim to have the answer, but man, we got a damn good, process, as far as transforming people.
Absolutely. And we're always getting better.
Oh,
we're always looking at ways to improve. Always. I mean, I sit in the meeting sometimes and I see how you teach. Always improving, always improving, always sharpening swords.
Yeah, it's funny. Like recently, we've had these. I talk about leaning into difficult stuff, or training the nervous system versus like going to treatment. Like we talk about, it's not treatment, it's training.
Training.
And there's been two things that I shared in group. I don't know if I've shared it on the show yet, but so I have a friend of mine who does a lot of the creative construction work, and he's amazing. And he built this, it's a cart, and it's like when you first walk in the center, it's like a table that people have check-in. It's our check-in book. And you know, I'm obsessed with our branding and all that. You guys know how my brain is, right? And so anywhere I can put it, like look at the ceiling right now. It's on the ceiling. And so this thing has been in the center for months. A beautiful piece of furniture. It's got these big heavy wheels, and he's super creative and does an amazing job. But the logo wasn't finished. Like it was just this metal with wood behind it. And every time I go to the center, I cringe. That stuff, that's the type of thing that, and so I deliberately said a few months ago, I was like, how long can I go? Like how long could I go without having to fix this? Like, can I do it? Because I'm like, I mean, I walk in there and then can I walk in? Not only, so the first thing is, do I have the capacity to tolerate that it's not perfect? One. And two, then can I have the capacity to tolerate that and still show up for people? So can I have conversations in the front without
Thinking about this.
And I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And I got to a point where I was like, man, I'm good. And then I called him and I said, hey, can we fix it?
Right.
And I was so proud of myself. And then when he fixed it, I was like, dude, I should have done this 6 fucking months ago. Like it was so good. And I was like, man, I suffered unnecessarily for 6 months. And it just happened with the lockers. So like it's on that level too, right? Where the lockers, the doors kept breaking. And I just said, dude, build me cubbies and let's do the whole. And so it's that, it's our therapeutic services. It's training of our therapists. It's making sure that we're squared away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, listen, I came in here and I was like, wow. Because I wasn't here for all when I came in here, like when it was finally finished, I'm like,
you know what's interesting though about this space is like when you walk in, it looks a certain way, but when I sent him the video of the first podcast we did, and it's like it's very different to watch it. Like it's cool.
It's really good.
It's a great job, Lars.
it's just always upgrading.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm here for. Try to make it seem effortless, you know.
I'll tell you one thing I was just thinking about is when we first started, I mean, it was just Jason before bringing on other people, hired employees. And, Jason has all of this stuff in his brain that he's putting into this company and how things are going to be operating. And, he's done a incredible job. I mean, you've done an incredible job of transferring that information from your brain to the other employees in the company. And honestly, if you couldn't do that, we wouldn't be able to grow and we wouldn't be able to help other people. But that's one thing where you see a lot of entrepreneurs where they fall short is that they're great at getting that one thing going. But then after that, when it comes time for growth, they struggle to be able to teach and train other people, mentor them, and then be able to let go and let those people perform on their own and just be able to follow up without having to step in and micromanage. And I want to pat you on the back for that, man. You've done an incredible job of that. And I've been in the restaurant business. I've seen people where they are micromanagers and they just can't do it. They'll never be able to manage multiple places at once, but that is not you. You are completely able to do that. So I just want to
appreciate that.
Good job on that, honestly.
Thanks.
Amazing.
Where's your question, dude? I'm waiting, dude.
I thought you were going.
No, it's the quintessential Frank question. Where's it at?
So I don't think we could ask this question.
No, we can't. You can ask it. He just can't answer it.
What's next? That's the question to end up. But what's next?
Frank, the inside joke is that every guest we have, Frank has this moment where he goes, all right, so what's next? And then that's like everybody's cue.
That's the segment out. That's the segment out.
But we can't really talk. We don't want to talk about what we're doing. But you could speak to like your vision for growth, and you know what I mean, like the idea of becoming a very large
Yeah. What is it, Doug? What's our vision here?
Honestly, it's to change this industry. It's to change this industry, and it's already being done. Everything that Jason has put together is completely different from every other IOP PHP that's out there and operating. And the blueprint has been created, and now it's taking that blueprint and it's growing and expanding elsewhere. It's going to all the major cities and putting emotion wellness there. Because I texted Jason. I've texted him a couple different times, and it's, man, I feel that we have a duty to God to expand emotion wellness, and not have to get all weird on too spiritual on you. But I think it's a duty to expand it, because the more we expand, the more clients we help, the more people's lives that we help and shape. And it's a compounding effect, because you think about it, when you're young and you grow, you become like your parents. And so if we can take these people, these younger people who don't have kids yet, and we're able to teach them and coach them on how to think and how to live and how to have serenity, how is that going to transpire and translate into their kids? Now they're going to be raising kids that are going to know how to act and how to manage their stresses and to not turn to things that are subpar that are going to hurt them. And that's the goal. That's what's next. It's growing.
And we're going to help change the actual planet.
That's right.
For the better.
Change the world. 100%.
Awesome. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on all of our show.
Of course. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I hope the audience loved it. I hope you guys did, man. Great conversation today. So we always end it with, make sure you guys go to YouTube, like and subscribe, the Emotion Wellness Podcast. Come on. We also want to have you on Instagram at emotion.wellness.podcast. Also follow us on IG at emotion.wellnesstherapy. You can follow me at Frank Parisi 2011. You can follow Jason at _motion guy. Do you have an Instagram?
No social media for me.
No social media for Doug. So you follow us. That's it. Go to our website, www.emotionwellness.com. Like and subscribe. Come check us out. We love you guys. Thank you for checking in with us. Have a great day. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Thank you for connecting with us on today's episode of the Emotion Podcast, where we discuss all things mental health. Connect every week as we explore incredibly intimate stories of persistence and hope, delve into mental health education, and explore valuable resources. Available on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And visit emotionwellness.com for more information.